Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Film Freaks. I'm Jesse Galad.
And I'm Avi Flores.
And today we're going to review Creed.
Creed was directed by Ryan Coogler, and it's starring none other than Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone.
The Sly. Creed was a phenomenal film. I really enjoyed it. It actually took me by surprise. I had a lot of hopes coming into the film, but I was really shocked of how well it was. There was a couple of parts where I will honestly say I had like the tear jerking moment,
Right.
where I'm like, it's tugging at the heart, a couple of times in the film. So overall, I really enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah, I gotta say that Creed was a total knockout. I love the performance that Michael B. Jordan gave and Sylvester Stallone. Their character interaction, it was great. Like I loved the way they opened the film. I loved his journey as a boxer, trying to find himself, like the struggles he had, and even Sylvester, how that played into Rocky's the character. I even played into him. Yeah, like it was such an emotional movie, probably more than what you would think
Right.
it would be from a boxing movie.
Right.
But yeah, it was very enjoyable. Michael B. Jordan was great. I loved him. This guy is like on the rise. He had a little slip up with the Fantastic Four, and that's not
necessarily his fault.
Right,
It's
it's
more
not his
so
fault.
the
The movie
studio.
overall wasn't horrible like a lot of people trash it, but unfortunately it was just a bust. Something that he had, was a part of. But yeah, the movie was great. Sylvester was really good. I think I loved his role as Rocky in this movie more than any of the other films.
Right.
So it was really good. I loved it.
Yeah, it's definitely more of an emotional film. I think I came in honestly with a little more reservation, more so because I was afraid that they were gonna try to. I don't want to say like cater to a specific demographic by any means, but I felt like the possibility of them trying to make like a quote unquote hip hop-ish style of a Rocky movie. That's what my scare was. But walking into it and watching the film and how the character was portrayed and Michael B. Jordan's performance was, man,
Very
it's
good.
just amazing. Like
Yeah.
that dude had me sold.
Yeah.
He sold me in his role. He sold me in his anger and his frustrations and his and the love for the sport.
Yeah.
So I mean, his eyes. It's, a lot of people don't. I don't know. For me personally, I don't think a lot of people realize how important the eyes of an actor is, and the look in his eyes. While throughout the movie, you saw hurt in his eyes, you saw passion in his eyes, and you saw anger. So it really engaged me emotionally.
Right.
Out of all the Rocky films, I think that this was the most emotional and almost Oscar-worthy
Yeah,
performance
it
for
was
both
very good.
Stallone and
Yeah.
Jordan.
When Adonis was about to fight Pretty Ricky Conlon, and Rocky is kind of like prepping him for what he's about to walk into, and they go into the tunnel and it's like pitch black, and then they walk out onto like the floor where the boxing ring is, and like I almost felt like I was there. Like I loved that I felt like I was right there walking out of the tunnel with him, and got like that ever so slightly like that overwhelming feel of like holy crap, like this is packed and this is a major big deal. So I love that because it was so cool to get a little feel of that, even though I wasn't, it's a movie and I'm not there, but I felt how like Adonis felt like I've never been on such a big stage before. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I gotta say that it did give me, just thinking about it gives me goosebumps. But
Right.
that scene did give me goosebumps. But I honestly have to say the money making shot for me, and I think just overall performance wise, is the first fight that he had with Leo Sorpino, and that was shot one take.
Yeah, that
one
was
take.
awesome.
It was one shot. The camera never cuts.
Right.
It was done continuously.
Right.
And from my understanding, it was the first take.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was pretty sweet.
And the camera just goes in and out, gets close into their face, comes out, moves around, and they're just going at it. 2 straight rounds of these 2 amazing actors going head on, just going back and forth, and the intensity without that take. I was sweating for Adonis, when I was watching that fight. To me, that was the money shot for me.
Absolutely. All right, so performance-wise, what would you give it?
5 out of 5.
I agree. I completely performances all around. Very, very well job. I give it 5. 5 out of 5.
What do you think about visuals?
Visuals was great. I mean, I think that scene alone in his first fight, it was great. I mean, I really can't complain anything about the movie. So visuals, I would absolutely give it 5 out of 5 also.
I would give it 5 out of 5 too. But you know, one of the things and I guess I didn't mention it. One of the great things I love about the visuals of this film was when you met the fighters. There was like that moment of pause, that freeze frame, and then it like boom, it gives you the stats of the fighter.
That
was like,
sweet.
oh, it's so
That was
awesome.
It was very, very, very good.
Really well done. Just with that alone, I give it the 5 out of 5 on visuals.
Yeah,
but the
was
fight
awesome.
scene, the first fight sequence, just that too alone. Like there's so many little parts that they can literally just say, just because of this scene,
Right.
it's gonna get a 5 out of 5.
It was really good. And then story-wise, again, I can't complain. I loved it. I bought it. I mean, I was in it. I gave it 5 out of 5.
If I could give it a 6 out of a 5, I totally would. But 5 out of 5 too on story because it almost made me cry, and I don't cry.
Right. And finally, here we got trailer to film, which when we rate that is just from when you watch the trailer to when you watch the movie. Did it really kind of transfer over? And did it give you the same thing that you got out of the trailer?
Right. Whether it's story, whether it's the feel, the tone. Sometimes you watch a trailer and then you go watch a movie and you're like, that wasn't really what the trailer portrayed.
Right.
So this is what we're grading this segment off.
Absolutely. And I'd have to give it a 4 out of 5 just because I think there was a scene or two in the trailer that were not in the movie. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I mean, just for that, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
I too give it a 4 out of 5, not necessarily because of that, but mostly because, like I said, the trailer was great, but walking into the movie and comparing it to the trailer, I felt like the trailer gave it more like a urban feel, which was slightly a turnoff to me in the sense that I just didn't want to see a stereotyping of a character because I that's not something that I really like.
Right.
So walking into is the complete opposite. So I give it a 4 out of 5.
Right. So overall for me, 19 out of 20. That is amazing. The movie was great. Go and check out this film.
Absolutely. As for me, I give it a 19 out of 20 as well. A great film to watch. It was something definitely worth watching. If you guys still have the 3-day, 4-day weekend due to Thanksgiving, I would highly recommend you guys checking it out.
This is something to be thankful for.
Absolutely.
Go check it out. Take some turkey with you.
Just don't fall asleep while watching it.
Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. Well, hey, Film Freaks, if you guys enjoyed watching our video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe.
And go ahead and check out some of our other videos. Do it now!
What's the matter with you? Do it now!
Do it!
It's not the tumor!